Thank you, and
Thank you.
welcome to our presentation, and thank you for everyone tuning in. My name is Magnus. I'm the CMO of Smartcube Solutions, and I'm joined by my colleague and Smartcube CEO, Uwe. And the topic for our presentation is how we solve the 30-year-old supply chain challenge and what lies behind that. Now, I'd like to start off briefly about us. Smartcube Solutions was founded in 2020. And we are proudly Stavanger based, Norway's energy capital, and some would say the European energy capital. And we represent a 70 plus years of supply chain management experience, and we offer off the shelf and custom industrial SaaS or cloud based solutions, in addition to supply chain management consultancy based on extensive domain knowledge that we have. We already have an established client base and solid industry merits, and our mission is simple: transform industrial supply chains for the better. Now, SmartCube was founded because we saw how the nature and needs of supply chain management has gradually shifted in the last 10 to 15 years, and the shortcomings of current norms and ways of doing things have become painfully obvious and has both reinforced old challenges and brought on some brand new ones. Now, technological forces and innovations, outside forces like environmental concerns and knowledge and politics, and not to mention global supply chain disruptions, are among the things that will and does force asset-heavy industries to reinvent, adapt, and innovate. We are in the business of mitigating the 5 most common classic supply chain management challenges. So, starting off with a lack of experience and knowledge sharing between not only people with within different companies and projects, but also between internal stakeholders and different divisions, locations, and organizational charts. And moving on to a frightening low resilience towards major forces like global disruptions, war and conflicts, or pandemics, for that matter. And in addition to sudden market fluctuations and any other forms of shocks to the system, if you will. So that is, of course, also related to a lack of planning and risk management. Unclear roles and responsibilities. Way too often, companies, even large ones, or maybe even especially large ones, suffer from a peculiar combination of unclear roles, blame gaming, lack of clear responsibilities, or straight up too much role overlap. Subpar or bad communication. This is a major issue. The use of inefficient, slow, and risky forms of communication between stakeholders lead to wrongful decisions, vast amounts of time wasted, and a lack of accountability. And then there's the big one: bad data. Our nemesis, our number one challenge to tackle. It's both a tangible and intangible beast to tackle, but bad data is not only a cause of a lot of trouble, which we'll talk more about later, but it also festers, it grows and spreads across divisions and budgets and people and almost all aspects of our business. Now, all these challenges are, of course, interconnected one way or the other, and we'd like to focus on bad data in this presentation because if you address that correctly, many other obstacles will fall. Now, my colleague Uwe will go into the depths of what bad data really is.
Thank you, Magnus. There is a saying, it's getting pretty old now, there is more oil in data than in the ground. But in many circumstances, bad data can lead to a catastrophic blow up in your business. And if we look into details of the implications of bad data, you can say that bad data is like quicksand for your organization. The more you have, the more time it takes to sift through it. And not to mention, manual correction is error-prone itself and requires constant validation, creating vicious resource demanding cycles. And the quality of data is directly related to the quality of decisions you make in your day-to-day business. When bad data infiltrates your system, you're basing your strategies and your procurement processes on flawed premises. And the ripple effect of this on return on investment and your operational efficiency is quite huge. And if you think about it, it's not just the monetary budget that takes a hit, it's your time budget. Everybody is on a time constraint. This is complicated. Your human resource budget, do you have sufficient resources, competence to do what you need to do? And then the last one, your patience. You get tired of waiting on things that are not correct. And in the globalized world, supply chains are incredibly complex and data dependent. And the consequence of bad data is basically stockouts. You don't have enough material, or it's overstock. You have too much, or you're actually ordering the wrong things, or you're just ordering from unreliable suppliers, which again has a deep impact on your business resilience. And basically, wrongful procurement will result in wasteful consumption. And basically, you have the saying, what you don't need doesn't have to be manufactured, transported, etc. So you could say that bad data is like a ticking bomb, and the fuse is getting shorter. Every day we ignore this, it will get worse. So if you prioritize data quality, and I think there's a lot of people that can talk about data quality and the importance, you will avoid these pitfalls and turn your data into your most valuable asset. And to give you a sample of what bad data can constitute and lead to, in Norway, for instance, within the energy sector, you have about $9 billion that sits in storage, where 25 to 50% of this is unusable equipment, it's outdated, it's surplus, ordered by mistake, etc. And this is a huge waste. And if you start to use international numbers for this, and the numbers are almost incalculable. We have tried. There are not enough zeros on the calculator. So, and by then you will also have employees spending a lot of time double checking, cleaning up bad data, which actually diverts their focus from productive activities. And if you then take a look at the sustainability part of this, the carbon footprint of wrongful excessive orders has actually a global impact. We live in a global world. We live in a global supply chain. And a key source for this blowing up, as we use the phrase, is something called the SPEAR process, or lack of it. And we will now talk about that in more detail. SPEAR, or spare part interchangeability record, is actually a document that is used in industrial settings, often in the field of engineering, maintenance, etc., to list all the spare parts that are interchangeable with a particular system, piece of equipment, etc. And this document actually serves as a comprehensive guide for procurement department, the warehousing, inventory management, material master management, making sure that correct replacement parts are readily available when you actually need it, meaning just in time. So by specifying which parts are interchangeable, the SPEAR is actually helping them to minimize stock levels, reducing cost, while still ensuring that the components that you need for maintenance, repair, operational activities, they're there. And to give you just a flavor and a sample that you may relate easier to is that, did you actually know that Ferrari uses Volvo parts, for those that are familiar with the cars again then? And the same part buying at the Ferrari dealer will cost you $2,000. If you go to Volvo and buy the same part, it will cost you $100. And that is a very true sample of the interchangeability that we are talking about on an industrial level. And SPEARs should actually be easy, but they never are. And if you think about the collection process that the SPEAR entails, it takes 40 to 50 hours to complete a SPEAR, where you're trying to assemble this information and complete it with a lot of different stakeholders, both internal, external. And they often manage it by physical meetings, not Teams meetings. They have big papers, they roll it out. And it's a risky process because there are too many manual interventions, which easily leads to wrongful data and then actually will have a severe impact. It will blow up. So.
Yeah, and I mean, all these challenges and crucial elements, we've taken those into consideration when we design our solutions. Now, we are Norwegian, and Norwegian companies are, for several reasons, often early adopters of digital initiatives and technologies. But the push for change is global. So a change is coming, and we as a solution provider must do what we can to ease the transition to more approachable, sustainable, and not least usable processes. There are numerous things you can do to lower the bar, like participating in workshops and webinars, like this one. But of course, you can do coursing and schooling, find internal champions to lead the way. You can update job and process descriptions. You can create good feedback loops. You can gamify your initiatives. You can create your own knowledge hubs, and of course, lead by example, and so on and so on. We know that change can be challenging. That's why we made a real effort with our solutions to lower the bar as much as possible, make them user-friendly, customizable, and approachable, easy to use with no need for major modifications to enterprise ERP systems. Now, digital transformation has a lot of benefits.
Yeah, they do. And when we are talking about digital transformation, the SPEAR process was a digital transformation process, basically taking old, obsolete processes and turning them into the digital world. And if you look at the benefits in context of the digital transformation, which there are a number of, scientific papers, etc., you talk about increased efficiency. Meaning you can use robotic process automation for manual processes. That will significantly improve the speed of your processes and also reduce the human error part of it. In terms of a cost reduction, optimizing the route storage can lead to substantial cost savings. And then you have the part where you can do things more transparent and traceable, because digital transformation enables real-time tracking of goods, transactions, and even on component level, which results in increased accountability. And then it's back to the decisions again, having good quality on data, meaning you can also use advanced analytics to provide insights that can lead to smarter, quicker decision-making. And you need good data to do that. And then you have the scalability, of course. Digital technologies, as you know today with cloud solution, makes it easier to adapt to increasing volumes and complexity. This goes without saying. And of course, the customer experience part of it. If you have real-time data, you can help your customer meeting customer expectation for speed, accuracy, and reliability. So that was the benefits. And what about the technical dimension in terms of success? Successful digital transformation is shaped by a wide range of technical elements, and there are too many to list here. But we would like to put the focus on a select few that, in our experience, makes a huge difference in terms of supply chain digital transformation, which means it can go from poor to great, and should be something to take into consideration when you're choosing solutions and partnerships for your own processes. Given the fact that 70 to 80% of digital transformation initiatives, they fail. And what we would like to have a focus on is actually the things that we feel are the most key to having success. And that's the machine learning part, where you can do the predictive analytics, including demand forecasting. Merging existing enterprise resource planning systems with new technology is a key factor, using then APIs for interoperability. You have the cloud-based solutions, as we talked about, for storage analytics and real-time access, and even blockchain, useful for immutable documentation of transaction and the chain of custodian. And so, of course, you can leverage automation and AI technologies, which we have seen a lot of for the past year, to streamline the processes, reduce the manual work, enhance decision-making, etc. It's about using these technologies to improve the way your business manages digital transformation.
Yeah, I mean, we've taken all these challenges, changes, and factors into consideration, and we are, of course, tooting our own horn here, but we've actually solved some major bad data and digital transformation-related challenges. We've come up with a platform and some solutions that go straight for the jugular of sources of bad data. And we already have launched 2 commercial solutions to combat supply chain management inefficiencies, one called iSpear and one called IMAD. Now, shortly put, iSpear is a tool to officiate all aspects of industrial spear processes, 100% cloud-based, collaborative, role-centric, and very easy to use. IMAT, where the MAT is short for material management, is a great and highly customizable platform to quality assure material and parts data, taking care of all the aspects not usually covered by your average warehouse management software. They are both very powerful tools. Unfortunately, there's no time right now to show you a demo of these two, but feel free to reach out anytime. We'd love to show you what a difference they can make. And this month, September, has been a very exciting month for us. It marked the biggest launch yet for iSpear, and has now been adopted by Offshore Norway, a member organization for all NCS operators and suppliers, and they have chosen iSpear as the official spear tool for all NCS, Norwegian Continental Shelf, activities going forward. More on that a little bit later, but we would like to show you a short launch video we just made that gives you a short overview over what iSpear is all about.
Spare parts interchangeability records, or SPEARs, are small but crucial elements of all industrial supply chain operations. But for years, they've been processed using spreadsheets for data collection and emails for distribution and communication. It's a painfully slow, costly, and extremely risky process, resulting in bad data sets, impacting project results, budgets, and the environment for all stakeholders, from project owners to suppliers and contractors. The SPEAR process is long overdue for an overhaul. The change has come. We present iSpear, a state-of-the-art online collaborative platform for all SPEAR-related processes. It is super easy to use, compatible with every ERP system, ensures quality assurance of all SPEAR data and material management processes, easily connects to parts databases, and can be customized to individual needs. The solution allows project stakeholders to be assigned role-based tasks, enabling them to communicate in real time and quality assure data instantly before submittal. It also allows data to be reused in future projects. No more searching for numbers or part details. No more wrongful data. No time or money lost. It's truly a game changer. It will save time spent on SPEAR processes by up to 80% and cut costs related to incorrect orders and inventory by up to 25%. It will significantly reduce carbon footprints from supply chain operations, needless production, and overstock. It also allows for seamless reuse of data between projects. Simply put, all SPEAR processes will become faster, better, more accurate, and more sustainable. iSpear can be fully integrated with any ERP and supply chain management database systems. Join us in transforming SPEAR processes for the better.
Yeah, as Magnus pointed out, the iSpear solution is selected to be a standard for how companies on the Norwegian continental shelf in the industry sector will manage spears in the future. The solution is delivered. They will now be piloting the projects or piloting the solution, starting to use the projects in real projects that are billion-dollar projects. And basically, the solution, not according to just our calculations, but their own calculations, they will save millions upon millions of dollars, and that is a conservative estimate.
Yeah, and those millions might be exchanged with a B in front. And we have a great quote here from the senior advisor on material management responsible at Offshore Norway, saying that basically that iSpear will be a huge benefit for digital transformation processes on the Norwegian continental shelf going forward. Quite proud of that one. So here's the thing, we're passionate. We've made some great strides toward tackling classic supply chain management challenges, and we've also learned a lot along the way. We would love to sit down with and talk to you guys out there about some of the challenges you are facing and see if we might have some solutions that can help elevate your business and operations. So consider this an invite. Please feel free to reach out. And that was our presentation. Thank you so much for listening and watching, and we welcome any questions you might have.
Thank you very much, Uwe, and thank you very much, Magnus. Very, very interesting presentation.
Thank you.
Again, if there are any questions, please pop them into the Q&A tab, and I'll read them out. Until then, I'll go with some of the questions outlined here. Assuming that since you're using Spear, which is an sort of like universal standard, your solutions are also universal and applicable to let's say a wide range of supply chains, if not all.
Yeah, you could say just a simple answer is yes. The solution is not either industry agnostic at all. So any industry can actually apply this because, as we said, the Spear process is universal. Anything from the aerospace to car industry, but in particular asset-intensive industries, wherever you have equipment and spare parts involved in your day-to-day business, this solution can be used. And it can also be used by companies to manage basically a relationship one-on-one. It doesn't have to be a huge collaborative platform. It can be used for suppliers to manage their sub-suppliers. It can be used for contractors to manage their suppliers. It can be used for clients to manage contractors and suppliers, or clients to just manage their suppliers. So there is a wide range of application, and there is no boundaries for where it can be used.
And I just got to add that we know that even within the same industries, a lot of things are same but different. So that's why we made our solution very modular and customizable. So if you have some specific data sets or whatever you need to get in there, or a look and feel of it, we can easily make that happen.
It's very, very dynamic, but it is also standardized, as we said.
Thank you for that. Very, very interesting. You also mentioned, I think, as a key catchphrase, immediate results. Can you expand a little bit on what that means?
Yeah, as we mentioned in the presentation, if you think about it, what you don't buy, you don't spend that money. If you have the oversight and control of both the data, good data constitutes good control of your inventory, your material masters, etc., meaning that you have all the data you need to, avoid buying things that you actually don't need. But it also helps to reuse information that you also already have, but didn't know that you had in a way. So, because there are, the bad data quality is not something that came yesterday. That is an old problem, and it is across industries in terms of how you manage your business. And it goes directly to the bottom result on your end. If you don't spend the money, you have the money in your bank.
Yeah,
which is quite immediate. And one last thing, as the old adage goes, old habits die hard. And some of these things are let's say, entrenched in industry, and your solutions are sort of disrupting the status quo. Do you feel it will be quite hard to change habits?
Well, yeah, I mean, we're trying to teach old dogs new tricks, kind of, right? But that's why we have a strong focus on dialogue, right? Because talking to the people who work with this every day and customizing it to their need is super easy with our solutions. So that's kind of our way of lowering the bar as well.
Yeah, because it will be, as you said, we led or started this presentation by saying we have solved a 30-year-old problem. So why haven't they solved this 30 years ago? So, and the whole point is that, humans are, they're quite resistant to change. So, but as Magnus pointed out here, if their day-to-day work becomes very simple, very easy, you take a lot of frustration out, you see immediate value of the work you do, then it becomes very interesting. You don't have to duplicate efforts. It's actually a win-win situation, because you can also start reusing the quality data in a totally new manner, which, is lowering the bar very, very much. So you don't actually need even training to use the solution. It is, in a way, self-explanatory.
All major digital transformation processes start small, and that's why we also designed our solutions to be easy to try out. You can try small scale and see how easy it is to use, and we can implement change gradually that way too. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
for the answer for the overall presentation. I'm sure that if people are interested and they should be interested in this approach, they will get back to you either offline or within the conference via the messaging system.
More than welcome
Yeah.
to reach out anytime.
Yeah, we would really like to have a discussion on this. As a key player in the energy sector said, this is a game changer.
Yeah, it is.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, guys.